I love it.
My man Raul, I love it. I bet it's Salsa doing watching this video. Okay, so you know Raul is my favorite, right? Obviously, in the snowman, he's my man, right? He's my man. So I was asked, of course, to do a couple of different snowman reactions. You know how it is. People always have their favorite songs and they want to see a reaction of them. And that's perfectly fine, of course. I'm not saying that. But when someone mentioned to me that, okay, you have this like Breakout, and then you have this movie, this like Yakuza manga anime live action, right? And I was like, wait, and Raul plays the main character? I was like, oh god, I see this. But so today, guys, we're gonna check out, of course, Breakout, right, from Snowman, which then is the theme song, the movie song, right? Or Akabane, Honeko no Bodyguard. I haven't read the manga, but I kind of want to see this live action now if my man Raul plays the main character. Here we go. Okay, it starts rough, yeah. Snowman, Breakout. So the bad boys. The Yakuza of them, right? Because my man Rose in the middle. But yes, this is the bodyguard. Yeah. Almost here's very Yakuza, right? So, if I said before, right, you know, I'm a massive fan, right, of like a Dragon games. You know, I played all of them, right? I grew up with my biggest idol, of course, Oniska Sensei, right, GTO. So I love it. Immediately I'm just like, yeah, this is like a classic, you know, mafiosa thing in animes and what, this kind of pose, right? And the other guy is doing that pose, you know, I've seen this before. For that matter, one anime that I love so much, right, that I think is so little credit, is Beelzebub. Have you seen Beelzebub? I freaking love Beelzebub, man. And best was it, of course, Haruka Tamatsu doing Paco when she's doing her like tomboy voice. I'm like, oh yeah! No, but I freaking love Beelzebub, man. Like, every character is a goddamn Yakuza Yankee. My favorite one for the anime. I love it. Love it so much, man. That was cool. Now we gonna break it. Just go ahead, spaceship, I guess? Yeah. Across the road, yeah, they very much come off as, I mean, it's obviously team is right, they're kind of like some bad boys, right, this music video said. Yeah, they're very much here, this is kind of like a typical, you know, Yankees hanging out. I mean, one of the anime that I was related to, of course, is Tokyo Revengers, right, where everyone is like, you know, Torman, everyone is like, everyone looks like this, yeah, everyone is like, yeah, let's go, and sitting like, they kind of clothing and some scarf or so on, yeah, so it's very clear that's kind of like the team is going for, which makes sense, of course, if this is a team song to a movie and a manga based on, you know, being like a, yeah, like a crib boy. I love his suit, I love his shirt, man. Yeah, red. Okay, that was a long dance number. We're gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna try to do it, of course. Yeah. In my defense, I'm sitting down though. I should really do this standing up. It could be a new thing, yeah. One day I'm gonna do reaction when I do every dance number, man. But let's go back again. I'm gonna rewatch it, man. Okay, right. Oh yeah, okay, I'm ready, guys. I'm ready. Okay. There's a little bit of doubt to feel with him again. I'm pretty fine. They've been several times, yeah. I mean, it's also doing watching this video. It's right. Too much dancing, man. Yeah, it's good there, yeah. Aha, brothers. Oh, it's another anime, man. Oh, I have to say, I love my recognition here, okay? I love my recognition. DD, of course. One of my all-time favorite bands like Liacian, Link, and then, of course, new Flow, man. You know what I love Flow, right? Like, I was in there, Naruto the Rock last year, right? I was actually thinking of doing this reaction to yesterday, but there was so much other stuff happening yesterday that I didn't have time for it. But you know, I'm on all. It's like Flow is like my. No, I'm gonna be okay. Flow is like my all-time Japanese band. Okay, I'm sorry, Snowman fans, no, but I really, really love Flow. But if you don't know what Flow is, right? For me, right, growing up with anime, you know, Japanese stuff and so on, right? You know, obviously, I'm from that age, right, where you grew up with Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, like the big three and so on, right? So everyone's like a Naruto fan growing up in like the 90s or 2000s, right? We're all used to, you know, all the Naruto optics with Flow, right? They've also had Code Geass and so on. So Flow is like the anime team for me, right? Now, of course, Liacian there that's the Link, right? That is FMA, of course, song, right? Which is like the all-time best ever for Metal Alchemist. That's the movie song, which is an amazing song. It's better than Opening 4, whatever, right? But it's also a really good song. Right? So HQ Generation, Flow, yeah, Liacian. These are like the most iconic anime bands. So I like, honestly, I mean, I am a computer guy. I love AIs, you know, honestly, right? And people, oh, you know, but not the whole AI art. I mean, more like generally, I like computers. I like data, right? And in YouTube's defense, or whatever you call it, Google, right? They know what I want, you know. I just watched like a Japanese, you know, music that was good. And they're like, "Do you wanna watch Link again?" You know, how many? You see, this will have 9 million views. This song, right? I am those 9 million views, okay? How many times haven't I heard this song over these years, you know? And they're like, "How many times have you heard Flow?" They're like, "Do you wanna have the Flow's new song?" Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. So I'm just saying that they know what I want. But anyway, let's break down, of course. Certainly, yeah. And they can come out with action, yeah, it's very explosive. Here, and then move back. Yeah, it's very, very explosive, man. So, yeah, that move there, it's great, man. Yeah, that move there, I love that move there. Obviously, obviously I'm a Raul fan, but I think that move is great, right? And you know, one thing, I'm just like, oh, Raul is so awesome. But one thing that Raul does really well, though, is that he is really tall, right? You know, he's like a very tall man, right? And I think he's using that body. You can see it here. That it feels like he's really utilizing his height, right? Compared. So you can see it like this down, do that move, he's bending over, right? So you can really feel how he's like utilizing his body, right, to tell you a storyline there. Because if I did that, I'm not as tall as him, right? It wouldn't look as good, right? It would look better because I'm hotter. But then, well, you get my point, right? It would be like, yeah, his height is utilized really well, right? And I don't know who does it, right? But I assume that they, of course, have some, you know, choreographers, some trainers, right? And they are probably, you know, picked up what I'm saying now. Like, okay, he's very tall, let's do this thing. And when you do this thing here, bend over more like that, so we can see how, because it gets more dynamic, right? It gets more dynamic, because it goes up and up, it gets more that, right, you know? It's more, you know, this thing, and it works better because you're tall and so on. So I think this is clearly, it's not random, whatever you call it, right? It's clearly like planned out. Some choreographer has had in their mind like this gonna look good, right? So I really like that. It shows that they take a, you know, a lot of effort on the background, right? No, I do love his red shirt though. Man, I love this red shirt. I love these kind of things, yeah. But if you see my like Ichiban shirt I have from Yakuza, right, for the games, Ichiban shirt, it's also very red, but it's like a Hawaiian red, yeah, red with white flowers on it. Freaking love that shirt, man. I went to work all day. Like, it's awesome. I bought it last year, and the first time I actually wore it was for the Christmas party where I worked last year. Because I think it was kind of fitting, you know, because it has that cool, you know, bad boy vibe, obviously. But also it's red and white. It's perfect for Christmas. So I was like, yeah, this is gonna be, you know, freaking perfect, man. You know, it's push. Yeah, look at me, this thing. The color red is good though. I like the color red bonus there. What more happens in this music video? Well, I mean, always talked about earlier that these scenes here, right, are very much like, it's a kind of Yankees hanging out, right? Like I mentioned earlier, Boom and so on. Right? If you go and watch these animes or these whatever, right, mangas about kind of like, you know, criminals or something, they always have this kind of visual, right? There's someone sitting in the sofa like, yeah, bro, yeah, let's go in here, it's our turf, you know, it's always that kind of stuff, right? Very, very often. Another anime and manga a lot is Kenichi, right? His story strong as Isapi Kenichi. That's a very good manga and anime. We get into the Udi and his team and so on. And they also hang out like the bad guys. Yeah, they also like sitting in a sofa like what's her name again? Like Valkyrie? It's a really Valkyrie and Freya, right? Yeah, and she's with her like a boo staff and sitting in the sofa like, you know, yeah. It's almost like that was missing here, okay? That is what's missing here. And that's a bokken, okay? Seriously? Someone in that sofa needs to have a bokken. I'm sorry. I like Snowman. It's a cool video. But, you know, when you have to have some bad boy sitting in the sofa, someone needs to be like, yeah, boss, we take care of it. Someone needs to have this thing, you know. Someone needs to have that, right? And be ready with your bokken and be like, yeah, bad boy. I got this. Am I the only one? But yeah, I kind of want to see this live action now, guys. So let's say something silly like, I don't know, if this video gets 1,000 likes, guys, then I'll do a video about the live action. I need to see my man Raul, yeah. I need to go and see this movie now. But yeah, when I saw this, I was like, man, like I said earlier, right, when I was checking out the different, like, what should be my next Snowman video, and I saw that, right, Raul played the main character. I was like, it's always gonna be this thing. It's absolutely gonna be this thing. Oh, I would love to see that. Yeah, it looks really interesting. Oh, that is badass, man. And overall, if you're to my channel, right, I do really like kind of like the delinquent, you know, Yakuza and Yankee stuff and so on, right? For example, I had my Hot Limit video, I have the Ichiban shirt, right, from the game and so on. I'm gonna order the Mad Dog outfit. I really like how they dress, you know. I love the dress, love the style. Yeah, I really love that. I mean, Raul is perfect playing this, bad boy, delinquent, so on that. So I also really like that, you know, like one of my favorite manga as a kid, right, was, you know, Grand Teacher Onizuka, right? So one of my all-time favorite manga and animes. I also was like, man, Onizuka sensei. Yeah, I was like, that's a real man. Yeah, that's how I was like, that. Honestly, Raul looks a lot like Onizuka, yeah, with the blonde hair. He looks like my man Onizuka. Very good. Now, one quick side guys, though. Of course, last week, right, we did DD. That had a lot of copyright issues, right? And to be very clear here, I don't make any money, right, doing Snowman or First Take or whatever. There's no money in it for me, so I do because I enjoy it, right? But the only issue I had, of course, was with DD, they kept getting blocked, right? So you couldn't get a video up, you know, it's copyright. So it was very frustrating last week because it was very, very hard getting DD up. So this time here, I'm trying a little bit of a different setup, but I'm thinking that I could, like with Let's Take 2, upload that video without the blurring, maybe to some other platform like Patreon and that. And I know like every other YouTuber does that, but where I'm from Sweden, right, we don't do that, right? For me, it's like a very rude, it's very anti-Swedish to be like, well, I have another version which is better if you give me like $1, right? And it's not about the money per se, it's about the exclusivity, right? So we can have it working on other platforms. But anyway, guys, subscribe, have a great day.